It changed the shape of warfare with a storm of lead. It can destroy the enemy from a mile away or just 6 feet. It's the weapon that dominates the modern battlefield. But it's been 150 years in the making. This is the story of the machine gun. The 1st Battalion, 6th United States Marines mobilizes in the Mojave Desert. In this training exercise, they plan an all-out assault on the enemy trenches. 3 specialized forms of machine gun are vital to the attack, and all arise from key breakthroughs in weapons development. First, the big guns in the rear rain down heavy caliber ammunition on the enemy. Later, the infantry will move in for the kill, armed with lighter, highly mobile automatic weapons. And if necessary, they can call down devastating machine gun fire from above. But the lethal firepower of the machine gun hides an extraordinary fact. It was originally invented to save lives. Dr. Richard Jordan Gatling was a trained physician who never practiced medicine, but devoted his life to engineering. In 1861, in the opening months of the American Civil War, Gatling was shocked by the sheer number of dead and wounded passing through his hometown in Indiana. In addition to battlefield casualties, he realized that many soldiers succumbed to disease and malnutrition. Thousands of lives could be saved simply by reducing the number of men at arms.
It occurred to me that I could invent a machine, a gun, that would by its rapidity of fire enable one man to do as much battle duty as 100.
The new machine was to take and make his name, the Gatling gun. The key feature of Gatling's invention is that it has multiple barrels, each with its own firing mechanism. A hand-operated crank rotates the barrels so that they pass under the magazine at the top of the gun. Each barrel is loaded at the 12 o'clock position. When it moves to the 1 o'clock position, a spring-loaded pin fires the bullet. Then the barrel moves to the bottom of the gun and the spent cartridge falls to the ground. The result is that while one barrel is firing, the others are simultaneously reloading, allowing for extremely rapid fire. Gatling hoped his gun could match the firepower of many rifles, drastically reducing the number of men on the battlefield. US Army field trials took place just after the Civil War. This is a modern-day reenactment. Here in Kenosha, Wisconsin, a company of 15 riflemen will compete with the Gatling gun to compare firing rates.
You ready for action? Oh!
No way. We can beat that thing. That's not a problem.
Good luck, Pat.
The rules of engagement are simple. There are 2 targets. On the right for the rifleman, on the left for the Gatling gun. Whoever achieves the most hits in 60 seconds is the winner. The riflemen are highly skilled sharpshooters, but their firing rate will be limited by the technology of the day. Jim Bullion explains.
Well, the Civil War soldiers were issued 40 rounds of paper-wrapped cartridges, kind of like this. And he would have to tear the cartridge, pour the powder down the barrel, slow you down while you're in the heat of battle. Get that bullet seated on the top, ram it, and then seat the bullet firmly down on the bottom. Take a percussion cap and put that on the cone, and then wait for the command to fire. Now, a Civil War soldier that was well trained might get off 3 rounds a minute if he was lucky, but it would be very difficult to do.
This Gatling gun is a faithful replica, built from a set of 1862 blueprints. In theory, the multiple barrels can produce a firing rate of 200 shots per minute. But Pat Koboski only has 40 shots in each magazine, so he'll have to reload during the test. Fresh ammunition will be supplied by his son and grandson, feeding the Gatling gun's voracious appetite for bullets.
I would hope to get at least 120 to 150, 60 rounds per minute. That's what I'd like to get. I think that would be enough to get this motley crew on their tails.
You gotta hit it first.
I'll show you a little bit how fast it goes.
Koboski mustn't overheat the gun by cranking too fast. The metal components could expand, risking a catastrophic seizure. This is a key issue for neutral observer Sergeant Bob Podesta. As a former machine gunner with the British Army's Special Forces, he knows that weapons reliability is a matter of life and death.
The gunner has got to fire the gun with care and attention. The fact that it's only a 40-round clip means that every time the gunner has to change the clip, it helps the gun to cool down, so hopefully it won't jam.
Will the Gatling gun's ingenious mechanism survive the test? A field test of a 19th century Gatling gun is about to begin.
Rifleman, your target is the red target. Gatling gun, your target is the blue target. Order arms. Load. Come to the ready.
While the riflemen reload, the Gatling gun storms into the lead. But now the boot's on the other foot. The Gatling gun reloads and volley fire from the rifles brings them back into contention. The Gatling gun gets back in action, but does it have enough firepower to replace 15 men?
Cease fire on the firing line. Cease fire.
The smoke of battle clears. The only thing that matters now is the number of hits. Who will get the decision? Victory for the Gatling gun. The 15 riflemen made 45 hits. But the Gatling gun made 110 hits. It could have beaten 40 rifles.
It went quite well. After we adjusted it for the windage today, it was kind of windy out there. We just settled in there and kind of eased it in there, you know, real.
Out of 15 men getting the 45 shots off in a minute, that was doing pretty good. And I don't think you could get any more than that off in battle. This is real clean, nobody's shooting at you. You're not ducking and looking out for your life.
I would never face a Gatling gun. After seeing it in operation and helping Pat shoot, it's just too awesome of a weapon to go up against.
The Gatling gun went into service and was used with some success in the Spanish-American War of 1898. But in the heat of battle, the human operator turned out to be its weakest link.
In the trials, the Gatling gun looked good, okay, but in actual battle, when the firer was firing the gun, okay, he would fire it sometimes too quickly. He gets too excited, crank the gun away so fast that the gun would jam, okay? Now, a jammed gun is no good to anybody.
In its day, the Gatling gun was too unreliable for battlefield use, and it was shelved. But a new kind of machine gun was already on the way.